The big talking point this morning, in case you're wondering, is all about crude. Whatever happened to those triple-digit levels in crude, look where it's currently at. We're staring at sub 70 now in crude, and I think that in itself is a big fillip for India Equities.
This is sub 70?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That was my reaction when I got up in the morning and I said, okay, is it typo or this website platform where I was watching it, is the number wrong? But that's what it is, Aisha. Sometimes we think that we can connect the dots in terms of how the geopolitical tensions would move and the kind of impact it will have in terms of the market positioning is. But all asset classes, now this is what's happened from October 26. Now this is not once upon a time. Nifty is up 11%, Dow is up 10%, Nasdaq is up 12%. The geopolitical tension was supposed to create a havoc is the word, in the Middle East region, which should have impacted supply of gas and supply of oil. But look at oil, and if you add back oil, add back gold prices also and Bitcoin prices also, the impact of geopolitical tensions in the world has just not been there. For me, if you frankly ask me, there are two big stories this morning, and we'll talk about the Indian markets. One, do not underestimate the impact of bond yields, which have come down from 5.1% to 4.1. 5.1 coming down to 4.1 is almost a 20% drop. That's a big drop in the bond yield. And crude, which had gone to $85, $86, has now come to $74, $75. I'm talking about Brent here. So that's the way it is. The world is looking like a very, very different place suddenly. We can argue back and say that this is like a canary in a coal mine. This is a harbinger of next year a recession is coming. We deal with it. We'll talk about it. But today the mood point is that nobody wants to sell.
Yeah. And there's so much FOMO in the market and such less supply because no one's selling. So, I mean, for a buyer, you've got to have a seller as well.
So nobody wants to sell. Yeah. And I was just looking at the word to really set the tone here. And the first word which actually came to my mind was actually FOMO. So what do you have right now? You have a combination of FOMO, momentum, global flows which are strong and supportive, and a drop in crude. Now rarely you see this kind of a combination, and typically when you see this kind of a combination in the near term, then nobody wants to sell. And I think we are reaching that phase where by and large everybody is reconciled to the fact that markets will rally in the run up to the election, FIs will come back, and you should not be a seller in the market. If at all, you should be a buyer in the market. So what do you do in this market? Let's talk about it. So first thing is, you don't get this combination. This kind of a combination, like a trinity of three things, it rarely comes. And when it comes, you want to just say, okay, I'm going to just maximize because of this combination of factors which is at play. Which is that in this market, you have to say that next 3, 4, 5 months, there would be momentum and there would be FOMO at play. So don't try and time this market. Those of point Nifty, parts of point bank Nifty, don't try to be cute. Just stay with the trend. Like Arora ji said, take a chill pill, just stay with the trend. The best way to just maximize in this market is that you say that, okay, I'm going to be enjoying the tailwind of momentum and liquidity and the FOMO. Traders will come back. I'm just going to stay put. That's it. Simple.
Yeah. A very compelling argument as well with this data point. The fact that since the 26th of October, when we would have thought that all hell would break loose, look at where we are, the Nifty gaining 11%, as we alluded to, and not just our markets, globally as well. Let's move right on then and talk a little bit about the kind of FII interest as well. And we've been seeing currently that FII trend was at about 28%, the long positions, and on the 1st of December, currently at about 54%. So clearly stamping cementing rather the fact that we aren't seeing anyone selling right now. And even with that FNO setup, Nikunj, fresh longs for the Nifty Bank as well, seeing some long unwinding.
So you've seen fresh longs and unwinding of shorts. So there is no bubble. That's the other point which I just wanted to bring out. And I'm looking at a very basic data. FI long versus short. FI long is 54%. Retail, guess what? Retail is actually more short than long in the FNO market. And similarly, if I look at domestic institutional investors, it's about 60-62% long, and short is about 35-36%. Now, hold on. Aisha, let's look at it.
Yeah.
The retail long is actually less and short is more.
And which is why, it gives you the conviction that there's so much more headroom in the market. You don't have to jump in now. You can wait for a day of consolidation, perhaps a dip coming in. That exuberance is yet to set in the market.
There is no froth. That's
Yeah,
my limited
exactly.
point. See, market peaks are made when there is excess valuation, when everybody is on the same side of the boat, and when there is no fear of FOMO.
Yeah.
You can argue back and say that in small and mid cap stocks, look, there is no FOMO because everybody, sabka pet bhara hua hai, everyone has participated and valuations are stretched. But in large cap stock, that is not the case. The long short ratio or the kind of positioning of the market till about Thursday, till about last Friday before the election verdict, the bank Nifty had more shorts than longs. So I don't think we are there yet. What really makes the market peak is excess optimism, extraordinary bulge in valuations, and just an extraordinary level of participation. I don't think we are there yet. See, the opinion has changed, but the commitment has not changed. That is important. And the opinion is now getting cemented because of global cues. So opinion has changed. It's getting the opinion is getting endorsed with some of the global cues, and now the participation has to increase. So the last leg, which is what you call as the easy joyride, where you really see market going higher, I think that's not there. I think in the run up to the election it will happen.
Yeah.